Hello, welcome back to another video. It's been a week since my show, and honestly I did not film for it. I was going to, but a show during the week was just kind of a little difficult. There was just so much going on, and honestly it was just like so like fast, but also like not at the same time. I don't know, it's so weird to think that it's been a week, but anyways, yeah, so I wanted to give some updates on it. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit or do it a little bit later because I just pulled up to the gym. But little updates in terms of, yes, I'm in off season now, improvement season. So food is gonna be going up a little bit, cardio is gonna be decreasing, stuff like that, but everything's gonna be looking very similar. I can talk more about maybe what things are gonna look like, but obviously in like vlogs to come I'll share like full days of eating, even training, stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be kind of nice to just see, but nothing much is going to be changing, and especially like immediately nothing big is changing. It'll just be like small changes as we reverse. But yeah, I did want to just go more in depth onto like the show, what happened. It was my first national show, little different than I expected, but I also think it was a really good experience, so I want to share that as well. There is one more national show this year. It's in December in Texas, but we'll not be doing that, kind of because of how this one went, but also like that's just kind of a lot, and that's a lot of money too. Like I don't want to do all of that, and we just like moved from Texas, so yeah. But I did want to give you guys an update and just let you know kind of like what's going on, what's on my mind, where my head is at, also what happened. Not that it was bad or anything, but I also think I learned a lot from it and learned a lot about myself, the sport, what I want, what's important to me, my goals, all of that. So I thought I would just put that in this video. But yeah, I just pulled up to the gym. Like I said, nothing is changing. Still got my snack and my pre-workout, and we're gonna head in. I'm still taking Melt, which is a fat burner. We're lessening it a little bit, but I also really like to take it just in off season, in anytime, at least like a scoop. I'm pretty sure a serving is 2 scoops, but at least just like a scoop a day, and it helps with cravings. It also just like does help with your metabolism and just like in general too. And also, since I am very like routine based, I've been eating like the same things. I'm on like, you know, like you're supposed to be in a deficit, but it is really important that like you are eating very balanced, and I am, so it's just like a good thing to kind of keep in. So yeah, I'm keeping it in, but lessening it just so then I can utilize it more in a dieting phase again. But I'll probably like stop it at some point anyway too. It's just like, why not use it? I also really like the taste, and it's stim free, so no caffeine or anything. But yeah, so I thought I'd start off the vlog here. I'm very excited to just share this next journey with you guys. I also feel like there will be less pressure that I put on myself just kind of going into this. I am having a hard time mentally just like detaching from prep, because it's like when you're in it, you're doing every single thing for this goal, and then kind of when it comes, you're like, okay, now what? And so now I'm in that phase of like, now what? It's like, yes, I know I have goals and stuff like that, but it is kind of hard to just like flip that mindset, and it has been a week. It's not been that long. Oh, Dan's calling. I think I need to call him. But it has been, you know, a week, and I've tried to kind of settle into my feelings about it, so I feel like maybe talking about it and sharing with you guys will help. But it will take a little bit of time to just, you know, flip. And not that, like I said, not that much is changing, but just knowing that I'm not working to like this goal that I can kind of see in a couple weeks. So yeah, has been a little bit difficult mentally, but we're getting stronger, we're getting through it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's get started. Okay, so I just got done with some check-ins. I had a consult call for challenge girls, so I just got her all set up, and then yeah, so now I'm gonna go for a little bit of a walk. My watch has been constantly telling me to get up and walk, so I'm gonna go do that, and then yeah, Dan should be back soon-ish, so I'll check in with you guys probably around then or whenever I do like the sit-down portion of this. So I'll probably just see you in a little bit, but I wanted to check in. You saw me eat, you saw me do lots of work. I also was watching a video. I'm doing a class right now, just like learning more about gut health and working with some functional clients. So clients that are really having like digestive issues, lots of inflammation, stress, and just really trying to help those clients specifically that could be dealing with like bacterial infections or you know, just lots of different issues going on and just aren't like a regular person that's just like, oh, I just can't lose fat. It's like we have other things we need to address. So I'm learning more about that, and so I can work and help more clients, but also just like more people that, you know, have underlying issues that are really the reason that they can't lose fat, and being able to help those individuals and not just throw them into like any generic type of plan, if that makes sense, because we all need something different and they're going to need something very specifically different. So yeah, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, so that's what I was watching when I was eating, but I need to finish it later. So anyways, gonna go for a walk now. Okay, so I did want to do a little sit down to this, just about feedback, plans, post-show, all that. And so I thought we would just do it like this. I also did get my check-ins back, and so food is increasing. I already knew that was gonna happen, but I thought I would also just take you guys through like a full day of eating, probably in another video. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but we'll see. Anyways, I feel like I just have like so many emotions, especially just like around post-show. And if you've ever competed before, I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about, what I'm feeling. But I also feel like this time around too, it's just like a little different, and it's hitting a little bit harder just because it was my first national show, which I'm super happy about, and I'm super happy I did, but also just knowing what I need to work on and stuff like that is just a little difficult. And also knowing like to not get the goal that you put so much effort into is just hard, you know, like you're really proud to do what you do, and I'm not doing this like only for a title, or I'm not doing it only to just like say I went pro or whatever, or just like social media to post it, whatever. Like I do it for myself, and I know that I have wanted to share more of this prep, but like I haven't, because honestly, like I was just doing it for me. And so I know that I'm doing it for all the right reasons, but I also feel like just having this experience, I feel differently than maybe I did going into it, which I don't know. I feel like I just have so many mixed emotions. But I'll start back with just feedback, and then I'll kind of talk about post-show. So in terms of feedback, I pretty much just don't have enough muscle. And I would say just like overall, obviously like bikini is glutes and shoulders, and so that's been what I've been focusing on for especially the past year, like super intensely. But before then still was a main focus, but probably not focused on as much as it should have been. But I know I'm in good hands with my coach now. It's kind of like the big thing. It's like I literally, when I was there backstage, the girls that I was in line with, like about to go on stage with, I did not think they were in my class. Like I thought that they were in wellness, which is like if you're new or new to the space, wellness is new. It's a new class in 2020, I think. But it pretty much is like the in between of like bikini and figure. And so they definitely have a lot more muscle. And honestly, like as the sport evolves, things are changing so much, and yeah, it's just kind of like crazy how much things have changed even in just the past like 5 years. And that's probably when I really started to get into bodybuilding. So people that were like going pro, or what the standard was 5 years ago, is so different than what it is now. Anyway, when I was backstage, I was just like, whoa, like I did not realize like I was against these people, you know, like honestly, like they probably had 10 to 20 pounds on me, and they were obviously still lean too. So like that would even be me like in off season, like 40 pounds heavier, to then come back down to have like 10 to 20 pounds of muscle, right? And obviously that's a lot. Like you can't just do that overnight. You can't just do that in 5-6 months, whatever, even a year probably. Like you need time off. So yeah, so that's kind of like the main thing, is just like overall muscle. I feel like my conditioning was there, and honestly I feel like I was more conditioned than anybody there. But obviously it's what the judges are looking for, and the thing is too, it's who shows up. So you know, if people showed up looking smaller or just like didn't have as much muscle, like maybe that competition would be different, and maybe not. I think I got like second to last, I don't know. But there were like 10, 11 of us. So I would say that like 8 of us had a ton of muscle, and they all kind of looked the same. And then there were like 3 of us that were like the outliers, sort of. And not even like really bad outliers or anything, but obviously just showing the differences between us there was definitely different. And other like height classes were different too, which was just kind of crazy. Like I'm in the smallest height class, so that kind of compacts us a little bit more. So I feel like I just probably looked a little like skinnier. But like I said, if I was going against other people that might have been smaller, had less muscle or whatever, like it would have been different. But it doesn't really matter. It's about who shows up, but also at the end of the day too, like I don't have enough muscle. And I kind of knew that, but I also, you know, you see things all the time of like people winning or whatever, and you didn't think that they would, or I don't know. It's definitely very subjective. So it just kind of depends on the judges as well. So anyways, yeah, that was pretty much feedback. I was talking to my coach about it for a while, and like this sport, like this matters to me so much. Like I love doing it. I love doing it for myself. I really just have such a good feeling like when I'm working towards this goal. But it is very subjective, and that is something that mentally is really hard for me, because like I want to win, and like we all want to win, but a lot of times I don't find pride in myself or what I'm doing if I'm not winning or I'm not getting first place or whatever. And like I have never gotten first place. I've never gotten an overall. I've never even had the chance to go for that because I've never gotten first place. And you know, that was always like a huge goal, is like to get first place. Literally my past 3 shows I've gotten second every single time, and I'm like, okay, I'm second best. And it was kind of like taking a toll mentally. But then going into the national show, I was just really excited to get the experience, kind of see how it is and everything. And I didn't really have expectations. I was trying not to. But I did not think that I was going to be like last place, and whatever, second to last, third to last, I don't know, is still last. Like to me, in my head, I'm like, okay, we're still like last place. And so that really didn't hurt me that much mentally, because the thing is, when I was back there with the other women or like on stage and whatever, and even saw the pictures, like I wasn't upset because I didn't want to look that way. I I was really actually happy with the way that I looked. And yeah, maybe that was like less muscle and whatever, and I still do want to like build muscle. It's just, did I want to be that lean and be 10, 20 pounds more muscle? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm 5 feet tall. Like, I just, seeing those other women, like I said, I thought they were competing in a different class. And so yeah, those are kind of like my feelings and thoughts and emotions like right then, is like I was super like at peace and content, even if I got last, even if I was like laughed off the stage, whatever. Like, I was really happy with what I brought, and I didn't want to look like those other girls. But nothing against them, nothing against their physique, whatever. Like, they all looked amazing. Like, everybody looked so good, and like, there's nothing about that. Like I said, this is so subjective. So it's like, I like what I like, or want what I want for my body. I freaking love how the figure girls look, and I think that that's so cool. And I wouldn't say that I would do it, because like, I would want to say that, but at the same time, like, I don't like my body a certain way, or I like my body a certain way. And that's why we kind of compete in certain divisions, or obviously, like, if you are dominant or just have a different build to yourself, you might be in a different class, or like prefer that. But also just like what you prefer for your body, and like even the training, you know, we all like have to train a little bit different to build different muscles. And I've just liked the way I've loved working on my shoulders and my glutes. Anyways, besides that, like, everybody looked so good, but it's just like, I didn't think that I wanted that for myself, and I don't. But as the sport does change and evolve, that's kind of where things are sort of going, and I don't think that they'll ever go back to maybe like how they were, or more of that like attainable type of bikini look. Like, that was kind of the way that bikini was made. It was supposed to be like more attainable. I'm pretty sure like it was supposed to be like you were walking off the beach type of thing. Like, you weren't even supposed to be super lean or anything. It was supposed to be more of an attainable look, you know, versus like some of the other classes. That being said too, you know, it's not drug tested. Lots of people are taking PEDs or just enhancements or some different things in general, and that is how a lot of people are, you know, building a lot of muscle in a short amount of time. And not even just that in general, but just like having that much muscle mass, you know, being that lean. And that's definitely just like not something I want to play with, or like, I don't want that for myself. And like I kind of said before, I don't really want to like get that big. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could go like very in depth on that, but there's kind of no reason. It's more of just like a preference thing. But at the same time, like, I do want to build muscle. So I am going into this off season to build muscle, and I'm not done. Like I said, it matters. Like, I love the sport. I really love like what I get to do for myself, and just like I said, it's like a me versus me thing. But I don't know. Like, I kind of don't know what's ahead. And I want to just really focus on like taking care of myself, working on myself in so many other areas. Obviously, prep takes so much out of you that I can get to pour more into my clients, more into coaching, more into learning. Like, I'm in a class right now, just more functional nutrition, so I can be a better coach, but also in business in general. And like, also my relationship, like, I can do more with Dan, and we can go on dates and stuff. And, you know, not that we weren't really doing that before, but it's just like there's a little bit more flexibility and freedom there. But this is my lifestyle. Like, I love this. I love bodybuilding. I love the way that I live, the routine, everything. Like, none of that's gonna change. And so I'm gonna continue to do that, continue to, you know, just like work on bettering my physique. It's just, you know, I don't really think I'm going to go into some like crazy bulk or whatever. And I'm really going to kind of do it based on like what feels good and what I'm comfortable with. And I'm already up at 2,000 calories. Like, I'm already eating a lot, and I have been since September. Like, we've been increasing since then anyway, that show that I did. And so, yeah, that's kind of just like my main focus right now. And it's just like feeling good. looking good, you know what I mean? In the past 5 years, or even like since my eating disorder, I never have been like at a maintainable spot. So I really do want to like build and kind of get to a spot that I do feel good and comfortable with, and not that I have to go buy different clothes because I'm bulking or cutting or whatever, and just kind of like see where I am, see how I feel then. Like maybe I'll, you know, increase, maybe get a little uncomfortable and want to cut and just do like a lifestyle cut. Maybe I'll, you know, get to a spot and I'm like, cool, I'm good here, and just want to like live balanced and intuitive. I don't know. Maybe I want to prep again, you know. So I'm just kind of leaving it all open for myself and just kind of doing what feels good. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to explain that, especially because I feel like I have like a heavy heart, even though I am super happy with everything. It's just, you know, I have no control over this, and it is like a sport that I'm not in control of, you know. It's not like I just show up and it's like, okay, you have to like get the ball into the goal, and it's kind of like whatever. It's like, it's very, very subjective. I have to kind of decide if I want to do what they're looking for. And also at the end of the day too, it's like I could do things that maybe I don't want to do to build the muscle and still like not get there, still not you know, go pro, still not win first place, whatever. And so it's like I'm also having those internal conversations with myself of like, does that matter at the end of the day? Like, do I really need that? You know, because it's like on one end I'm doing this for myself, but then I'm also like, okay, but I'm kind of still doing it for a placing and to make myself feel like worthy, you know. And that's not really great, and that doesn't really go together. So that's also like internal things that I'm dealing with as well. So yeah, I hope that kind of like makes sense. I hope that I answered all these questions. I was looking at a lot of them. Some was like specific protocol, and I'm not going to share that. Like I said, though, I have been increasing food since September, and it's November now. So yeah, and we're still going to continue to do that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know I said that I didn't share as much as I wanted to, but I'm excited to share the rest of, you know, just like the journey to come and everything that entails. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you liked the little update, and also just, you know, enjoying the journey with me. And I'm excited to show you guys some more fun things. Like I said, food is going up, so I've already been changing things, and I'm excited to show you some more food, fun, and just like more life. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you. We'll probably just end off the video here, and then I will pick up another one and probably show a full day of eating now that things are changing a little bit. So I'll see you guys in the next one.